Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is a Raid Shadow Legends video. Guys, I'm back on the test server. We're going to try out the new Fragment champion right now. Going to let you know, is he worth your time? Is he worth you collecting this week? I'm going to do a full play test and kind of show him off. Personally, like my view before I've tried him at all is that he looks like he should be a great champion for most people's accounts. So what we've got going on here, Walking Dreng. He's got a dude sitting on his back. All wrapped up, pretty much like the Supreme Commander. I don't know, like controlling this dude from the back is the way I see it. Looking cool though. Fiery blades. This dude looks sweet. Double hitter on the A1, instantly activating a burn. We will test it out today, but basically the way I understand it, it needs no accuracy to work, which means that somebody else can put a burn on. He could come in A1 and it will explode a proportion of that burn. That means that no accuracy in his whole kit makes him very easy to build. I love that. He's got the A2 which applies the burn, so 75% unbooked, goes up to 100% when booked. I've actually not booked the full debuff here. Let me just see why I did that. Missed one book. But in total, I mean, it's not crazy amount of books. 3, 8, 9, 10, 11 for a legendary is not bad. I would suggest you try and book at least the debuff chance on the A2 and ideally the cooldown as well. 3-turn cooldown on an AoE HP burn which cannot be resisted. The only weak part to this is a weak hit. So if you hit and it's against a magic affinity, then you've got a chance to weak hit and then it won't land. But other than that, it's all good. 3-turn is super good as well. It's going to be so useful to get through Spider if you're kind of like working your way through Spider. Sorath in the current Doom Tower rotation. This guy is going to be top tier for Sorath. 3-turn cooldown. It's like, Ignatius, where are you, my friend? How long is your cooldown? It is long. Let me tell you. Let me show you the difference. His best rival in the game right now has got a 5-turn cooldown on basically the same skill. 5-turn. That's his rival. That's the only person who competes with him at a similar level where you don't need accuracy to land stuff. So, damn, it's a nutty difference, honestly. Where is he? Where you gone? By the way, all of these other legendaries you're seeing here, I am going to be testing on the test server tonight. So if you want to come and watch me on stream, Hell Hades TV, you can come and check it out tonight. And we will be testing damage. We'll be testing all sorts. But yeah. So this cannot be resisted is a huge part of his skill. It's also going to be good for Hydra. And then he's got this A3, equalizes the HP of all allies, then attacks someone. So it's kind of basically a big heal for your team. Then he attacks someone, and the HP level gets brought up to the person with the highest HP. His attack will ignore 30% of the target's defense. So we're going to see in a minute if he actually hits hard or not. If the target's current HP is equal or lower than his. That's kind of an arena ability. There's not many enemies in PvE where you're fighting low health stuff. It's all high health. That's the way they make them tanky and hard to kill. They've got masses of HP. So this probably won't come into effect in a lot of PvE. But this part will decrease the cooldown of Exalted Pyre skill, which is the burn, by a turn if the enemy's HP is higher. So PvE, you kind of get a cooldown on this skill faster. PvP, you don't. You do more damage. It's a pretty cool, well thought out kit, I think. I like it. He's then got this passive, so reflects damage that this champion receives back to the attacker. We're going to test out and see if this is a very cool reflect, like a Brogni style reflect, or if it's more like, and it probably will be, a War Chief's reflect, which is just sucky. And then we've got here, deals 30% more damage instead if this champion has got less than half HP. So the kit is good. He's got a nice aura as well, which is an HP one in all battles. What we've done first, we've just gone damage masteries and damage gear. So we've gone full HP, 107k. I've gone 100% crit rate, 273 crit damage in Savage and crit damage set. I'm basically just going to see what level of damage this can do. This guy can do if I put him in my hardest hitting gear. Okay, then this is going to be the test team. So in we go. He's got his own HP aura, which boosts his health higher. We've got decreased defense and weaken from Lydia. We've got more damage because of poisons on us, more damage because of poisons on them, decreased crit damage, increase our crit damage. Then we're going to go in. I guess we'll start with the A1. What's he going to do with this double hit? Oh, it's a single hit, 90k, so a double hit, 180. It's a decent amount of damage, but nothing too nuts. Let's go with the A2 next to set it up again. I guess he's going to do his A2 on auto. Let's see. A2. No, he does his A3 on auto. 459k damage. That's a big smack for that single hitter on the A3. So it does the equalizing health thing, but that is a decent amount of damage on the A3 ability there. So let's just test the A2 as well. See what we get. This is a attacks all enemy single hit with the burn. Just slow it down actually. And 200. I feel like I saw one for 500. It can't be. It can't be. Let me try again. It looked like about 200 across the board, which is an okay hit. Nothing too crazy. There's plenty of people that do a 200k hit that are geared like this in the game. So that wouldn't be that nuts. Christ, my Whirlim's doing work. Let's try it again. Yeah, no, it's more like 200k across the board. But obviously, that means like if you're up against high-level Spider, you have to just be a bit careful about how much damage you put into his kit, because you do not want your burner doing all of that much damage. Okay, we're going to try Spider. I'm going to try 23 just because of the affinity of the two champions I want to try here and use. I probably could have done 24. But firstly, let's see how much damage he actually does. Like, the damage could be a problem. Achak does our freeze. This dude then does the burn across the board. See when I've got him in damage gear like this, we've done like half health in the hit. We don't really want to do that much damage in the hit unless you're planning to actually, you know, straight up kill the enemies like super fast. Because of his abilities, he should cycle back around to that burn really fast. Get a freeze back again. Achak is giving us turn meter for when the freezes go off. And then this dude is giving us healing when the burns go off. So the two comboed are actually nuts, by the way. See how much damage we're doing here with the burns. Just in this double combo. We also activate a burn really quick with his A1. With no accuracy in his build. We're staying full health. Whilst burning the hell out of these spiders. And this is going to be a two-man combo. Without any type of like time got into a build whatsoever. I've literally thrown him in damage gear. And Achak's just in whatever gear he was wearing. Like, he's got decent accuracy and okay stats. But it's not like a check out this fancy build. I literally was just like, this could work. And this is what I mean when and he's just done that heal there. See that? The heal brought us back up to full health, which is going to give him an extra cooldown on the burn. There's the burn now. Burn's just going to take this dude down. No problems. We don't get it down before the second rotation. I think we will. Oh, not quite. That's a shame. But still, it's going to be Spider 23 hit. Activated the burn there again in 1 minute 36 with two champions. Yeah, I'm going to drop their gear right down to like crap gear now and see if it does it again. Okay, so Achak has got good accuracy to land his ability and good speed. That's about it. Dreng, I've dropped right down, like right down to nothing gear now. Like my worst gear on my account. 255 speed with some health, no accuracy required. I'm going to throw an armor in for the mix just to see if I can keep turn meter down as well. Okay, I'm going to try something like this then. So speedy lead, turn meter dropper here. We've got the freeze and the burns, which should be enough, I think, as a team to keep the spiders turn meter down whilst laying the burns, whilst laying the freezes. Turn meter drop there. Turn meter drop there. Achak's going to be our target. We activate a burn there, which is nice. Here comes the freeze. So now every time the spiderlings take a turn, they tick damage on the boss. We're keeping increased speed on us. We're going to try, hopefully, get decreased speed on the main spider from High Cartoon as well. That would make this a more viable 100% team. Burns go back out again. Still didn't land it. It's the A1 that can land a decreased speed from the High Cartoon. Activate that burn. There goes the freezes again. Bit of turn meter drop. Okay, so Spider's going to have a turn. I think we're still pretty damn good. But considering we just got relatively fast Hydra with a bit of tanky stats, you know, nothing gear on this dude. Literally just shoddy gear. I think Achak might be a bit of a snack too much here. Unless he gets his freeze away. Gets his freeze away, we'll stay in the fight. Does he get it? He does. Do we heal back up? We do. And away we go. So yeah, anybody looking for support on Spider, this guy is going to come in and do a ton of work. That's like an obvious one. Like his kit is just absolutely made for it. So that's an obvious one for anyone playing the game who's played the game for a while. There's the heal to full. Attacks like that. I'm now good. Die, Spider, die. And away we go. So yeah, definitely feel like at higher levels this guy will do it. He's not a great Spider 25 champion because of affinity, but 24 and 20 he's going to be solid. Any other content here, like Fire Knight, it gives you a double hit A1, it gives you the burn for waves, that type of stuff. Ice Golem, the burn is actually quite high damage, that's not bad, and the heal is decent as well. Maybe we'll show him on Ice Golem actually. Let's try something like this then. Stage 24, Phoenix for block revive. We've got Seal for like AoE stunnage, decrease defense from our stag and decrease attack, high cartoon to keep us moving, and then basically because we don't have a sear in the mix or a poison exploder, the burns actually do a lot of damage. When they have turns, the burns tick and they're trying to work their way through the team, just doing a decent amount of damage. And you're basically just working your way through, trying to get, you know, trying to keep enemies in as much control as possible. But even this guy with like the block debuffs, he's still taking damage when the others have a turn. So we end up getting them pretty low pretty quick. And with this type of gear, and you saw his gear now, it's quite low. You know, he's only doing a little tickle. So he's obviously lost all of his power because of the gear that I've put him in now. But we get through wave 1. Obviously, this wave can be quite nasty, where you would like to get those kind of stuns away. We've got a couple. And obviously, we just try and keep moving fast. That's the main thing here. Try and outmaneuver our enemies. But I feel like Ice Golem will be a decent enough spot for him. Not like a top tier type of spot, but decent enough. Turn meter drop there from the cartoon. Phoenix goes down. That's why Seal's in the team to get him back up. More stunnage. Yes, please. Seal, did you notice Phoenix is down? Fancy picking him up? Good girl. And obviously, the activating the burn on the A1 hits a lot harder than is just general hits. That's really what you want in there. Then we get onto the main boss fight. Phoenix is in there to try and block revive these side ads. He props these burns. Now, you've got to be a bit careful with burners because they can just start triggering the retribution hits if you're not too careful. Like, see that A1 hits a burn champ, done a chunk of damage. Obviously, when the big hits come in, the big boss man blocks, ignores defense anyway. So high HP champions with a big heal like this guy can actually come in quite clutch. Phoenix, get some work done, my friend. Block revive these scallywags. Activates the burn again. See that with the A1. Phoenix, you want to run in there with some sort of crazy A1 or what? Oh, it's not enough. It's not enough. Activate the burn again. It's just going to be someone who actually speeds up runs quite a lot with that burn activation. Somebody goes down, and again, that's what Seal's in there for, to deal with that. Drops a crate on their head. I did not see that earlier. Absolutely just drops like a crate on his head. I actually love that. That's a cool animation. Anyway, I'm not going to make you watch it, but I think this works. I think it works right the way through quite comfortably. And yeah, for people struggling with Ice Golem, he's not going to be in the speed teams. He's going to be in the teams where people are struggling to get consistency. And I think he brings it. He's just naturally tanky. Naturally tanky, and he brings a heal, and he brings a mechanic which gives a lot of damage over time. So level 24, 4 minutes 46. And in terms of the damage here, High Cartoon behind me, 800k. Stag Knight 1.9 mil. Phoenix 1.6 mil. Seal 1.9 mil. This dude, 3 mil. His burn is doing the damage. That's what you need. So, super cool there. Very, very good Spider. decent for Ice Golem. Will be okay in other dungeons as well. I think any type of wave content, if you're talking like high level Doom Tower, anything high level Doom Tower, burns just do damage. Yeah, they do a lot of damage for you. You want to, if you don't have like a sear type combo, then burns and control are what you need. Yeah, you might be going for a bit like what we've just seen there. So you have like a Seal and a Lydia type combo going in like this. Then he would come in as basically your damage over time dealer. And you'd have, you know, someone else in for speed. So again, we could go with that High Cartoon type champ or whoever you've got better. And probably would have one more person that's doing either protection or control, like a Vogoth here. And it's slow, but if you're struggling to get through high level waves, then it is an option for you. If you don't have like the seared combo, you can't get it working, you know, you're basically reliant on provokes here, stuns, whatever. And then the burns over time will do a decent amount of damage. And as you're getting low, that heal will start to help you out as well. So I do feel like he's got a place in, this has got to be normal, because I'm absolutely crushing it. This has got to be normal. Yes, it is. Okay, test server, put me in the real stuff. I was like, how have I just got through that wave so damn quick? So let's try that on actual hard. It will be a lot more difficult than we've just seen there, that's for sure. The burns go out. Burns are going to be a lot of bad damage. We get stuns out from Seal. Provokes out potentially from a Vogoth. He's also doing a bit of healing and protection. But see how much damage this burn is doing here. If you cannot do a sear combo or that type of thing, then burns are where it is at. Look at this damage. Yeah, it's not coming from anything else. We've literally got no damage in this team here. The burns are doing a ton of the work. And when he activates it with his A1 as well, it's just, again, more damage just kicking in against the whole enemy wave. So, look, this isn't a perfect team or whatever. Nobody's geared perfect. Lydia's in strong gear, to be fair. My Seal's in okay gear. But nobody's, like, in perfect gear to make this work. Literally just throwing champions in. Hopefully to reflect people that have got, you know, normal stuff on their accounts. This team is just getting wrecked. And it's a combination of controlled damage, basically. We get back onto the next wave. I'm not saying this will 100% beat every team there is, but that equalize there just brings us all back to topped up in terms of health. And we kind of go again on wave 2. And you basically cycle this through, you know, this style of team through a lot of the content in Doom Tower if you don't have those kind of meta champions. But you know, there are a few weak affinity guys in here. We've got one there. So obviously the burn doesn't necessarily work all the time. We spoke about that earlier, but where it does work, it's just chunking good levels of damage. And honestly, it's one of the main reasons that we will get through this wave is not through anyone else. It's his burns. So here you go. I mean, he's still in his weak gear, don't forget. He's done nearly 800k of the damage. The next closest is Seal with 388. So you can see he was doing all of the damage there. And then probably, you know, the main area where I'd say he's strong in Doom Tower would be Sorath. But equally, you could throw burns into some of the other fights. Not really in this rotation, but some of the other fights as well. Like Iridoth, I think he would be good. The Griffin, he's good in places where you can kind of activate his abilities as you want. This is a team anyway that I've run against Sorath in the past. He literally just slides right in instead of Iggy as a better version of Iggy in this team. And, you know, comes in with the big HP burn, which cannot be resisted against the whole enemy team. Drex doesn't need to be in there as well. And you kind of just run basically a team of support units around the HP burn. All of the work is done by the burn. The rest of the team are in there just to keep everyone else alive. And, you know, we're talking like level 120 hard here, so it's going to be tough. You have to bring world-geared champions. You have to bring decent team in to get this stuff done. Even the waves actually are not easy to kill when you're talking about like the final boss. But I'll get us onto the boss. You can see that interaction there. So we get onto the final boss then. He obviously applies the burns all the way around. Applies the burns on these little spiderlings. You need a burn on this boss to kill it if you don't have a block revive champion or a Lydia in the mix. But also the burns just do a ton of damage. They just speed up the fight so much. You know, Drex is good in this fight, but actually an AoE burner is much better. Drex can't apply his burns to the little spiderlings naturally, whereas this dude will. and he cannot miss. This boss has got insane accuracy when these spiderlings are in play. So, you know, being able to come in and apply these burns to the side ads is really good in terms of getting the fight done quicker. So this, I think, is going to be basically the best champion in the game for this fight in terms of getting the damage side of it done. Yes, these ones get cleansed, but the little ones do not get cleansed. The burns stay up. And every time one of those little spiderlings gets a turn, their burn will tick. And it will end up being, you know, a way quicker run for you to get it done. The rest of the team really is just going to be in there to try and keep you alive. Because this main spider on the final boss does a ton of damage. And puts out a lot of debuffs as well. So, you know, the fact that she's putting out things like decreased accuracy doesn't even matter. He doesn't care about that. It's like, who cares? I don't need accuracy. I just do it anyway. And it will keep ticking through until this spider is a dead. So yeah, awesome for this fight. I won't make you watch the whole thing. It's always long, but it is, I mean, he's top tier for this fight. So we're coming in at the 6-minute 40-odd mark. We do need for a burn to be on the main spider to get the job done, but Lydia's in there, so she'll block the revive anyway. But yeah, there you go. What sort of damage has everyone done? Vogoth 2 million, Sifi 70k, Underpriest 2 million, Lydia 3 million, and behind me, Dreng 29 million. He's doing the lion's share of the work. So that's him in like normal kind of type of content. I will show him now, I think in Hydra next. I think Hydra makes the most sense. So we're going to throw a bit of a rabble into normal Hydra, just so you can kind of see this guy in action. We'll throw the HP burns out straight away. Obviously, we've got the Head of Decay to deal with. I'm throwing this straight on auto, so the Head of Decay will just cleanse everything we're doing. We still get like 600 odd K damage done before the Head of Decay even gets a cleanse off. Now, normally, I would be a bit more controlled about when I would do my abilities, but I just want to show you like how different Hydra is now compared to what it was before. We got an Ugo in there. We got a Doom Priest in there. They're my two healers, really. I've got a Seal in there. We're going to try and basically do our damage through the burns and through Husk. And mainly what I'll do is just control or keep an A1 or a targeting, sorry, on this Head of Decay. It's my least favorite head to deal with. We kind of have to wait because of the cleanse. We've got the poison clouds out. We have to wait for some of these poison clouds to drop off, but we get 2 burns out now. And ideally, still puts out some decreased speeds along the way, but she's not going to be like 100% chance of doing that. It's just a reasonable chance. Doom Priest will keep us topped up and debuffs off of us. We've got a chance to keep provokes on the Head of Decay with Husk. A small chance. And we're kind of rotating heals between the new fella, Dreng, Doom Priest and Ugo, whilst getting burns out to do our damage. And obviously, yeah, cleanses come back in, all that type of stuff. I'm not trying to be fully in control on purpose, really, because I feel like, you know, the more I show you the right way to do it, the less likely that's like you're unlikely to do it. You know, it's just most people hit auto and they hope that it's going to work. So when someone gobbles you up, you just want to focus that head. And it's a bit of a mishmash. Well, it's a complete mishmash team. There's no, this isn't good synergy in terms of team making. But I kind of done it on purpose. You know, I was thinking, should I just throw in like an absolute, you know, massive team against maybe hard or against brutal to show you his true potential. But I think for most people that are playing this that are going to be like really pushing hard for him, this is probably the level that you're fighting. It's like, you know, I just want a team that can actually beat up hard, beat up normal well. And we've already done, you know, a couple of million here without trying. And without people being in like crazy gear and stuff. I mean, you've seen Dreng's gear is honestly shocking. Like the level of gear that he's wearing right now for my account. It's very low. My free-to-play type of level of gear is what he's in right now. And perhaps a bit better than my free-to-play. But we're kind of under very little pressure because, you know, we've got a couple of people in the team that heal. The only damage we've really got coming out is from Husk on his nuke and from the burns. And you see pretty much all of these heads are starting to get low. So if you're somebody who doesn't fight Hydra at all at the moment because you don't have any damage, imagine what this guy could do for you just to get you to that first chest. Yeah, my free-to-play only beats up the first chest today. Once I get this guy, my free-to-play will max that first chest. I will no longer be looking at the weak source chest. I'll be looking at the best chest for normal. And maybe even starting to progress higher. Blowing up heads, no problem. We're freeing people out of their slavery, no problem. Plus gives them a smack. Blows up another head. Activates the burn, which hits all of them. I just feel like this guy is going to be top draw for Hydra. Top draw. And I don't even have him with War Master on right now. Like, imagine if I did. I've still got him in those same crazy masteries. Which I should have changed, actually. I've still got him in those same crazy masteries for all of this content you've been watching. Which shows just how crazy he is. I'll change the masteries after this fight just so you can see what I would normally do. But, damn, like, this guy is going to help people out a ton. So, I'll let this play through. And we'll show the kind of final mastery view, what I would actually build him as. So yeah, again, like most of the damage here is between Husk and Dreng, my two damage dealers. You'd expect it. That's the people that I built to do damage, or the people that are in there to do some damage. Let's just have a quick look at what I would normally do with his masteries. So in terms of masteries for general use, then you could go a couple of ways, I guess. You certainly would want to go down the kind of War Master tree. So I would be bringing him straight down this left-hand side, like I would a normal kind of clan boss style build. I probably would get life drink on him to get his health back when he needs it, and I'd probably take this one here, Heart of Glory. You could either go for a support tree to improve his healing side, but mainly because you get some extra health on that as well. Or I probably personally would do this route where I'm just taking less damage from hits, chance to counter attack, and you might throw in something like Cycle of Violence. Depends what sort of content you're doing, really, but something along the lines of this is probably where I would go. Something along these lines, but mainly it's about the War Master proc, and it's about the kind of left-hand side of the offensive tree. But yeah, for me, Walking Dreng, I think it's going to be great for Spider, great for Ice Golem, great in Doom Tower, and really good in Hydra. You might run him in some clan boss type of content as well for his kind of burn and burn activation. He will do decent damage doing that. I don't think he's going to be an arena champion, but some other CCs might prove me wrong. Go and check them out as well. I'm sure they've got videos dropping as well. But I definitely think he is a quality fragment champion for the majority of us to get. Will he get into my end game account and start playing in my teams? I doubt it, actually. I doubt it. Maybe only Sorath or, a couple of Doom Tower type bits. But he certainly would be in most stuff that my free-to-play does. Even through like the mid game towards the end game of that account. So decent, and I think he's worthwhile. Up in Hell Hades. I'll see you later.